This vodcast brought to you by Power9 Games.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Frontier Gaming. We're looking at the Wave 8 ships that have just come out, and we're going to be starting today with the Ghost.
Yep.
So for all you Rebels fans, there's going to be a lot of flavor in this pack.
Yeah, all the characters from the show are in here. We got the Ghost and we got the Phantom as well. And we even got a cool mechanic where they attach to each other and get some cool abilities out of there.
I heard that they even spoil who does the voice for Chopper in this pack.
Don't think that's...
They don't, actually. No. Sorry. Still a mystery. But anyways, what does the ship look like?
All right, so it's got a really cool stat line. It's got 4 attack dice base, 0 evade dice, 10 hull points, and 6 shields. It has a primary arc only, and then for its main weapon, and then it has an auxiliary arc, and the auxiliary arc is pretty unique in that it is for torpedoes only, and then other special card effects that we'll get to later. But out of the box, it can only shoot forward, but it's got 4 attack dice, and so it can hit pretty hard. And it's got 2 torpedo slots, so you can shoot those torpedoes front or backwards, so you can get some value out of your torpedo slots there. It's also got a sensor slot, a turret slot, and then 2 crew slots, which will be cool for having a really flavorful Ghost setup where you get all the special characters on there and stuff like that.
And they're all pretty good. So,
and then very similar to the Decimator, it's got 0 evade dice and 16 HP.
Very tanky, very punchy.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's
4 attack dice.
Yeah.
I mean, is that pretty unique? Just out of the box?
Yeah, that is, I think, the only other ship that I can think off the top of my head that is the Phantom, and the Phantom is notoriously squishy. So
yeah, so we got a tanky for
and it's got a couple actions here. It's got Focus, Target Lock, and Evade. So evade action's actually pretty sweet here. None of the pilots have EPTs though, so you're not gonna be able to do any like PTL shenanigans. But you can get target locks, you can get focus, you can get evades. Those are all good actions. And late in the game when you're trying to keep those last couple hull points, you can take evade actions and stay alive.
Yep.
So base 1 is Lothal Rebel, a non-unique pilot, PS3, 35 points for the base hull here, and so got all those pieces that we just talked about. So that's what we're clocking in at the base. So a little bit cheaper than I think the base Decimator, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Same ballpark though. But you're trading the 360 for an extra attack dice and a different slot loadout. So you got a turret and a sensor slot, which is pretty valuable, I would say.
Yeah, and it's not a lot of points for a lot of ship there.
35 points for that much ship is actually pretty
with that
good.
Really nice stat line too.
Yeah.
So. Okay, cool. Well, so our first name pilot is going to be Chopper. So, yay, angry droids.
Yeah.
Pilot skill 4, and he's going to be 37 points. His special ability is, at the start of the combat phase, each enemy ship you are touching receives 1 stress token.
So an interesting ability. Not too many more points for an extra pilot skill, and then basically you're bumping people and causing stress. Similar to the Decimator pilot, actually, who bumps people but deals damage. So a little bit weaker than that, I would say.
Yeah, it's probably my least favorite of the named pilots.
Yeah, I
Please
think
don't murder me, murderous astromech droid.
I would almost rather save 2 points and go down to PS3.
Yeah,
if I just want to just get those slots on there. But
there's better things to spend it on. So, but it is a named one, so you can't have Chopper the pilot and Chopper the
correct. Yeah, I think that's
crew
that's probably one of the biggest downsides is that if you want to use his special crew card, that you can't do that if you're playing him in the pilot seat. So
yeah.
All right. Next up, we got Kanan Jarrus. He's PS5, and he's got a pretty cool ability. When an enemy ship at range 1 to 2 is attacking, you may spend a focus token. If you do, the attacker rolls 1 fewer attack dice.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good ability.
I like that.
This is any ship attacking, so not even attacking you. If they're attacking like one of your buddies, or maybe the attack shuttle, you popped it out and they want to shoot at it, you can reduce the dice that they roll, which is a strong ability. Rolling this a dice, I think, and with the sensor slot and crew slots, you can actually make a very defensively built.
You can get a little bit more aggressive, getting into range 1, and
jumping in there, and then if you can range 1 with this thing, 5 attack dice is no joke.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, next we have the main pilot of the Ghost. We have Harris and Dula, and pilot skill 7. When you reveal a green or red maneuver, you may rotate your dial to another maneuver of the same difficulty. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
So fairly, you can't put the veteran instincts because, as we noted, there's no APTs.
Yeah.
But so you're going out of that 7. But I think that's high enough up the spectrum that you're able to kind of reconsider your
I think
plans.
the main thing here, we didn't talk about the dial, but it'll be up on screen while we're talking about the ship. But the dial, the greens and the reds, there's only a couple, so you're not getting a lot of like shifting. It's
Crazy
mainly like
shenanigans,
you're mainly changing directions
Minor
with like
course
your
corrections,
green banks, or I think it's got a red hard turn and a K turn as well. So it potentially you could, if your K turn is going to go real bad, you could shift out of that and turn a different direction. I think the main thing here is that like basically gives you some like wiggle room based on your maneuvers, and then she's PS7 with all of the great upgrades, and she's what, 40 points? So,
40 points, yes, if I didn't mention it. Still not bad.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad cost for all of the upgrade slots you get on her. So
with a fairly solid ability.
Yeah, it's a solid ability, definitely. All right, so next up we're going to talk about the attack shuttle here. It's a pretty interesting ship. It's the main draw here is that it's going to be docking into the Ghost, but you can't take it by itself. It has its own pilot cards. It doesn't have any requirement. So the main stat line here is 3 attack, 2 evade, 2 hull, 2 shields. So kind of an X-wing stat line.
Somewhere in there.
3 attack dice, 2 evade, 4 HP.
Pretty good for a shuttle.
Yeah, and it has some good actions here. Focus, barrel roll, and evade, so some almost Imperial-like actions.
Yeah, that is fairly unusual.
My main thing I like here is that it has a turret and a crew slot. So you can do some cool things. If you can get juke on here, it has the native evade action, so you actually juke with the TLT, which I think is pretty powerful, making those 2 attacks, triggering juke on both of them. Other cool stuff. I mean, crew slots have so many wide variety of abilities, especially in Rebels now with all these crazy name guys.
Something interesting, moving over from the Ghost to the shuttle, you can actually start putting the elite pilot skills on there.
Some of these guys have elite pilot talents. So you're looking at an elite pilot talent with a turret and a crew. I think there's going to be some really exciting abilities there that can come out of that. Like using crew guys that have actions on them, and then push the limit into like your evade, or all kinds of crazy stuff can happen with that combination. I think it's I don't think it's that sweet. I don't think I've had that combination except on the Hawk, which is an awful dial and doesn't have the 2 evade dice. Right. So I think this is a pretty good upgrade on the Hawk with a lot of the same slots. So it'll be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think it'll see some use.
Yeah, definitely. So the first pilot here we got is Zeb Aurelius. He's clocking in at PS3. No EPT slot on this guy. Just the standard crew slot and the turret. And then he's at 18 points. And his ability is when defending, you may cancel crit results before hit results. So, pretty good. I mean, on 4 HP, it's not lighting the world on fire. I think
right.
If you're going for just a cheap guy that you can put these upgrades on and on this hull, and you just want to slot him into your Ghost to trigger all the abilities we'll talk about later. But,
I think that works for Zeb. He's not really known for being the best pilot, but still a useful ability if you
definitely
need to cram those points.
And only 18 points for those 2 upgrade slots. I think it's not bad at all.
Cool. So next one we have Ezra Bridger, your Padawan from the show.
Yep.
But 20 points and pilot skill 4. When defending, if you are stressed, you may change up to 2 of your focus results to evade results.
I think that is a really good ability.
Yeah, that's super defensive.
Yeah.
And then you can
do all kinds of things with him. Yeah, push the limit, obviously.
And he does have the elite pilot trait, so...
Yep. So, push the limit is obviously pretty strong.
Evade, focusing, all that good stuff.
Yeah, use barrel roll evade.
The barrel roll,
Yeah, you can do all kinds of cool things. There's other EPTs. Unfortunately, he's low pilot skill, so a lot of the EPTs that give you stress trigger when you're attacking, so you wouldn't really be able to get much value out of his ability. But there's all kinds of ways you can get stress, so pretty exciting, I think.
Yeah, no, it seems pretty good. And, 20 points. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next up is Sabine Wren, the Mandalorian.
Everybody's favorite.
Clocking in at PS5 with the EPT as well, and then her at 21 points, so just 1 point more for 1 more PS, and then her ability is a little bit different. Immediately before you reveal your maneuver, you may perform a free boost or barrel roll action.
Yeah, we were already talking about some of the abilities.
I love this. I'm a huge fan of interceptors and all the actions they can do, and this is just amazing to me. The shuttle has a decent amount of greens, so you can do some crazy stuff like push the limit twice in one turn because you do your boost or whatever, then you push into like an evade, say, do execute a green maneuver, and then you can like do a barrel roll, push the limit to a focus or something like that. You can just tons of actions. You can't do it turn after turn, obviously, but like you can get a ton of value out of this.
And maybe it's just the rebels or the Lothal rebels are spending too much time finding the Empire, but some more Empire-y kind of tricks and shenanigans coming out of the bag. So
yeah, this is a great ability, and at PS5, it's good. It's a good PS slot. Yeah, you can get a lot of value out of this, and even just having access to those actions for free, and then being able to do like having another EPT. So. Like another ship would need push limit in order to execute this many actions, but she can just boost her barrel roll, execute a maneuver, and then just do her normal whatever action. Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, a lot of synergy there. But okay, next we have now Hera in the shuttle, and she's going to be pilot skill 7, elite pilot. Again, so when you reveal a green or red maneuver, you may rotate your dial to another maneuver of the same difficulty.
Yep. So
sounds very familiar.
Same ability, same PS, and she's at what 22 points. So
yeah, 22 points.
Yeah. All of these shuttle.
You get a little bit more flexibility in the dial now too.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. All of these shuttle abilities, I think, are real good abilities on that chassis.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually when we were talking about this earlier, I was thinking about a list where you just run all 4 of them with some TLTs and some juke, and I think it'd be pretty exciting. I probably can't get all the points there, but it's a really cool hull, I think. So is the Ghost is also really cool too. I think it's going to bring some compelling lists. And the talk before it came out was how you can build a list where your only ship that you deploy is the Ghost, and then you have the Phantom docked inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can spend so many points on all the upgrades that like I think
you're just preserving all your points in one.
There's just going to be so many options. I think.
Yeah.
Just all the different builds you can do with the different pilots, the different crew slot upgrades, having access to the shuttle docked, and then any combinations that come out of all that stuff. I think will be exciting.
Yeah.
So this box comes with a couple upgrades we've seen before. I'll just go through them real quick. We get Predator, a copy of Advanced Proton Torpedoes, a copy of Cluster Mines, and a copy of Connernet, which those will be important later when we look at some of the crew slot upgrades. But let's go and look at the new stuff.
Cool. So first one we got is turret upgrade called Dorsal Turret. 2 attack dice, range 1 to 2. It's 3 points. Attack one ship each, even a ship outside of your firing arc. If the target of this attack is at range 1, roll 1 additional attack dice.
Yeah, so
cool.
Pretty good, cheap turret upgrade. Range 1 to 2, you get 3 at range 1, 2 at range 2. No cost associated with it, so not like blaster turret. It's basically just a cheaper, less requirement copy of blaster turret. So just a good option on ships. I think it'll be great on the little attack shuttle. It's a cheap upgrade you can throw in that slot, and that thing can jam around, especially on say like Sabine, who gets that boost action. So
right,
she can boost into range 1 and get that.
Yeah,
free
it comes
attack.
with 2 copies in the pack too. So
yep, sweet. All right, so next up we got reinforced deflectors. It's a large ship only sensor upgrade, and it says after you suffer 3 or more damage from an attack, recover 1 shield up to your shield value. So that's it's okay. Basically just reducing the amount of damage you take, which on a ship like this can be good.
I guess you're gonna forego because you are 0 agility dice, and if you don't want to do evades or whatever, if you got something else, it might help out a little bit. But
because you have to suffer the damage. So if you block it with an evade token, you're not suffering the damage. I think this could be good on the shuttle, actually, the Lambda shuttle, because it can't take those defensive actions. So if it's suffering damage, it's going to be suffering a lot.
Okay,
of it, I think.
So maybe not necessarily best for the Ghost, but there's some other ships that...
But I think those are the only 2 ships with sensor slots on large ships, if I remember correctly.
I have to check into that.
I can't think off the top of my head any, but So, the Jeez. IG-88 has a sensor slot as well, so
Okay.
this could be interesting.
There's
there.
no faction restrictions on there?
Nope, just large ship
Okay.
only. But
All
he's
right.
got 3 evade dice, so he's probably not taking a lot of damage.
Oh, man. Just the list coming together as we're
Yeah,
talking.
yeah, exactly. But 3 points for this. I'm not sure if it'll see a lot of play, just because I don't really want to take 3 damage on attacks.
Yeah,
So,
ideally you're not.
yeah,
but...
I'm not really generally planning on taking 4 damage attacks and things like that. So we'll
we
see.
could
though.
cram Biggs on a shuttle or something. It might
Yeah,
be-
I think there's a lot of the sensor slot is such a good slot. I think so.
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
interesting. See what builds use this.
Cool. We get crew upgrade now. We got Chopper. So it's Rebel only, 0 cost. You may perform actions even while you are stressed. After you perform an action while you are stressed, suffer 1 damage.
Oof.
It stings.
So it's a cool. So this is the guy we're talking about. This is the Chopper crew upgrade. 0 points for this as well. So it's an interesting ability. Taking damage instead of stress. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, at least they give it as a 0.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
This ship can take a lot of damage. So if you want to, unfortunately, he can't. There's no EPT, so you're not going to be able to make that many actions.
Right.
There is another card in the punishing one called Rage that says you take double stress. So if you want to take a ton of damage, you could
Screw it. Let's go. Yeah.
You could just rage every round and take 4 damage or 2 damage a turn to yourself. So
That would be a funny build to try.
I think
Just
you
a
would
bunch
die.
of berserker starships.
You would die very quickly.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Yeah. We'll see if that sees
We
play.
got some, ramming speed rebels going in there. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways.
Next up, we got Ezra Bridger in the crew slot. Rebel only, 3 points here. When attacking, if you are stressed, you may change one of your focus results to a crit result. So this is kind of the attack counterpart to his pilot ability on the shuttle. That's not a bad. I mean, dice modification without spending tokens is pretty good.
Yeah.
For 3 points. So instead of a reroll, you're doing this to just switch it.
Yeah, it seems pretty good. And
Yeah.
You can go on a couple of different ships, I think.
Yeah,
The B-Wing crew upgrade might be pretty
you can
cool.
Go on a B-Wing. There's just a ton of places in Rebels you can stick crew slots. On Han, this would be pretty good, where he's got all the rerolls, right? But he doesn't necessarily always have a thing that can change focus. So
Yep.
this could be good there. Very interesting.
Cool. Next we have Kanan Jarrus, crew slot version. Rebel only, 3 points. Once per round, after a friendly ship at range 1 to 2 executes a white maneuver, you may remove 1 stress token from that ship.
This is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get clearance stress with whites instead of greens on one of your ships. Push limit ships would love this.
Yeah. Favors flying in formation there a little bit,
Yep.
keeping your little blanket of awesome going.
Yeah. I think one of the things that when I was thinking about this is he can replace Kyle Katarn on the typical dash build where dashes usually push the limit, moving wherever he wants basically in this huge amount of area that he can cover. But when he's pushing the limit, he's restricted to those green maneuvers. So with this, instead of getting a focus when you clear stress, you would just clear the stress all the time. So
Yeah.
I think he can get a lot of crazy places if he's not restricted to those green maneuvers. So definitely, I think a lot of ships will get a lot of value out of it. I think that's probably one of the best cards in this pack is clearing stress with white is really strong.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got Hera Syndulla in the crew slot. 1 point, and she says you can reveal and execute red maneuvers even while you are stressed. So a lot of stress mitigation here in this pack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, doing maneuvers, doing actions while you're stressed. So if you have both Hera and Chopper, you can basically do whatever you want at all times at the low cost of taking much damage.
Yeah, they're just going to do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah. Just the entire dial is open up to her, and that could be very interesting, actually. That's a pretty good combo, I think.
Okay, next we have Sabine Wren, crew slot, Rebel only. 2 points. Your upgrade bar gains the mine upgrade icon, or bomb, excuse me. Once per round, before a friendly bomb token is removed, choose one enemy ship at range 1 of that token. That ship suffers 1 damage.
That's good.
Just rolling down the window, chucking out thermal detonators. And,
Exactly. That's a really good ability for bomb loadouts, I think. If you're doing a bunch of ships with bombs on them, each round dealing an extra damage to your bomb, so that's definitely worth 2 points, I think.
Yeah.
And then you can give a bomb slot to something that might not have it. I think that can be really good on ships that have the torpedo upgrade, but not the bomb. So you can throw the bomb on there with her, and then use your torpedo slot to get extra munitions.
Nice.
That'll be good, and then just dealing extra damage. I think that's
2 points. Yeah, seems pretty good.
We'll see if this is the boost that that bomb builds needed. It could be. We could see a lot of bombs.
For rebels, anyways.
Yeah. Speaking of thermal detonators, this pack comes with thermal detonator upgrade. It says, when you reveal your maneuver dial, you may discard this card to drop a thermal detonator token, and the thermal detonator token detonates at the end of activation phase, and then I'll go ahead and read what thermal detonator tokens do.
Yeah.
When this bomb token detonates, each ship at range 1 of the token suffers 1 damage and receives 1 stress token. Then discard this token. That's really good. Causing stress and damage, and then maybe double damage if you got Sabine in there. That's not a bad idea. I kind of like that.
I have to play around with that.
And it's when any bomb gets removed, I believe it says, right? So even when like the ones that you action to drop and then people hit them, so like Connor nets and proximity mines, that kind of thing. So you can even deal extra damage with those guys.
Yeah, that seems really good.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we're on to titles now.
We got one more crew slot here.
Go
we
ahead
got
and do that.
Zeb Aurelius says enemy ships inside of your firing arc that you are touching are not considered to be touching you when either you or they activate during the combat phase. For 1 point.
1 point.
So you can shoot them, they can shoot you if you're bumping into them. So like if Chopper's piloting the thing, you can run into people, give them stress, and then you can shoot each other. That actually could be pretty interesting. I think about it because Chopper's low pilot skill.
Jam people up, keep popping them. Yeah.
Knock into people, give them some stress, restrict their movement maybe a little bit, maybe they'll bump into you and that kind of thing, and then you can shoot at them. And if he's on this thing, like I think 5 attack dice bumping into someone, you're going to be at range 1. So I think you'll take that trade against a lot of ships.
Yeah, and Chopper and Zeb just seem like a fun combo.
Yeah, exactly.
But okay, so we've got the Ghost title now. VCX-100 only title. 0 points. Equip the Phantom title card to a friendly attack shuttle and dock it in this ship. To the ship, excuse me. After you execute a maneuver, you may deploy it from your rear guides.
Yep.
So there it is. That's the whole thing with the Ghost is they got the attack shuttle, docks in there.
Yep. And so you're not getting anything fancy.
Yeah.
Besides the ability, obviously, to have another ship inside of you, and the way that I think it pops out the back of the shuttle and then can maneuver and stuff like that from there. But the real meat of it is this Phantom title here, and it says while you are docked, the Ghost can perform primary weapon attacks from its special firing arc, so that rear firing arc where it uses torpedoes normally, it can now shoot out of as well, kind of like the Boba Fett and that kind of thing. And then it says, at the end of the combat phase, it may perform an additional attack with an equipped turret. If it performs the attack, it cannot attack again this round. So that is really good. So you're committing whatever 20-something points to be inside of your Ghost, but you get to attack twice with a Ghost. And the first attack doesn't have to be anything particular. You can actually attack twice with a turret in one turn, which a lot of people talk about, because you can put a TLT on this thing, shoot that thing twice, cause forward damage to a ship, basically almost automatically.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really strong against other TLT builds that don't get a lot of defense dice. You're just kind of guaranteeing a certain amount of damage on them. And then just outside of firing arc, that kind of thing. So
yeah. Now I'm very excited for this entire ships as a whole. It's very flavorful, ensemble, very good rules. I think we'll definitely see it on the table.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely, all you Rebels fans out there, get it out on the table and tell us what you think. And,
definitely.
I think it'll be doing some work. But please do remember to share, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.